Guess what's going on, everybody? Hey, this is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. Hey, down here in Central Texas, chilling. Hey, I got my jacket on. You know, it's kind of chilly out. I've been outside for a while. Had to go run some errands, pick up some medicine. But otherwise, then, hey, man, I'm chilling. Hey, I got a cool guy on, man. I been following for a while on social media. I just reached out to him last week. You know, he decided to come on. And just have some fun. Hey, so show some love, man, with Sketchy Ray with Zodiac Paranormal. What's going on, baby?
How's it going?
Oh man, like I say, man, I'm just chilling, having some time, having some fun. Hey, but it look like you kind of busy over there, man. I really appreciate taking the time to come on the show.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I got a whole lot going on right now, but hey, made a commitment, got to do it.
Hey, are you building? Is this your house you're building?
No, actually, right here, this is actually my grandparents' house. It's in their back room, so I'm kind of using that. But we're actually on far side of the property, so it's like this little house. We call it a casita, and that's where we're building it up. But yeah, full renovation.
All right. Now, is this going to be your residency or just something that your grandparents want to add on to the house?
No, yeah. It'll be our residency. It's about, I don't know, maybe like a minute's walk away. So we got our own little privacy and rent free. So can't complain.
All right. Well, hey, man, as long as you drinking a beer or two, man, chilling out in that nice weather you got over there, hey, do what you do, baby. Do what you do. Hey, I already know a little bit about you, man. I watched some of your videos. I watched some of your Facebook. Not your Facebook, but your Facebook page. I go check that out, man. Tell me a little bit about Zodiac Paranormal. I know you, man. I know you by yourself, man. I know you do a lot of things on your own. Talk to me.
Yeah. So I started doing this, I want to say about a little over 4 years ago, and it was originally me and my best friend, but she had right now she's in a relationship, and they're doing their own thing, the whole little family. So she kind of had to step to the side. But for a while there, she was my researcher, and then it was just it was me and her. But now it's just me, and yeah, I go to a lot of places here in New Mexico mainly, and then kind of just try to find a little I guess locations that I can, and from on it's kind of just there's a whole lot of history, especially in New Mexico, because Santa Fe is the oldest capital in the country, and there's a lot of rich history here. And so from that, I can actually find a hell of a lot of locations, and but it does get pretty scary, especially when you're by yourself now. And man,
well, you know what, man? Hey, I think everybody started out like you, man. Because I know I did. I really... You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. No, yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
We're renovating the house, and I had to order food, and now it's here, but yeah.
Okay, well, cool. Hey, but you know what, man? Everybody started out like you, man. Investigating with, with just, yourself. And when you by yourself, dude, one thing I know, man, that fear factor amps up like fucking 10 to 20 times.
Yeah, it really, really does.
And dude, and trust me, man, I've been down that road, dude. And you know what? And it seems like things happen to you when you're by yourself, compared to when you got like other people with you. I mean, I don't know why that is, but sometimes it just happen to go down that road.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is this one place, and I'll tell you a little bit about it here in a little bit, but there's this one place, it's called Dawson Cemetery in Cimarron. Good Lord, that was the whole trip. I'm not even lying. I couldn't get out of the car.
Oh, really?
I was so bad. So This was, I want to say, early August of this year. I went by myself. I had a weekend to myself. My girl, she was visiting some family in Albuquerque. I had some time. I had a day, so I was like, you know what? Got a couple bucks in my pocket. Let's just put in some gas and head on down there. And I timed it wrong because I thought by the time I got, the sun would start to set, so it'd be like eerie. No, I
Uh-huh.
timed it to the point where the sun was already down, and it was just pitch darkness. There's no cell reception. There's no street lights. You're 30 minutes in the actual country, and it was completely black.
Oh, wow. How did that go for you?
It didn't go well. It did not go well. So I I drove an hour and a half or 2 hours. I drove 2 hours out there, and I stayed there for maybe 15 minutes, but I was in my car the entire time. But I
Oh,
did
wow,
take
dude.
actually here. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but I have my bag full of stuff here that's all my equipment. If you ever want to talk about that here later, but I have my camera that I took with me, and the pictures don't do it justice. But this cemetery was built specifically for Dawson or for Dawson Town. And I honestly just let me see here real quick. Went down there by myself. It was not a good idea. It really, really wasn't. I tried to step out of the car. Honestly, couldn't. I could not, for the life of me, step out of the vehicle. I tried. I opened the door. I heard a scream, and and like I said, open country. It's just a cemetery out there. There's woods, mountains covering the whole thing, and then there's just the cemetery. I heard a scream, and I flipped out. I got right back in my car. Oh, boy. Didn't realize how much stuff I had on here. Jeez.
Wow, dude. I mean, was it a female scream or was it a male
Yeah,
scream or was it just a scream
yeah.
in
It
general?
was a female scream, and man, I drove for 30 minutes, and I saw one or two cars on this road that I was driving down, and they were already heading out towards the main highway. So there's a bar like 10 minutes away from it, but it was already closed. So I was like, I don't understand. And there's no way someone can just go stumble on, walk on, like literally to the cemetery. You have to go on a specific road to get there.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow. Yeah, I don't think nobody would do that just on purpose. Ah! Yeah.
yeah, it's so bad. But here, let me see here. A lot more stuff than I thought. Um,
Better, better.
Alrighty, so this is the picture that I took. Again, I don't know if it's gonna see on camera, but you see all those little white dots?
Yeah.
Guess what they are?
Uh, uh,
Those are orbs.
oh, really? I was going to say grasshoppers.
Nope, those are orbs, and they're transparent. You can't tell.
Yeah, I can see them. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got some big ones, some little ones. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Wow.
And so yeah, they're all different colors because a lot of people that I've showed this picture to are just like, oh, it's probably dust. And I'm like, well, some of it probably is. But if you think about it, when you take picture of dust or sand or anything like that, and if it's a flash photo, you're going to have a tail of like where they're traveling. They're not just going to stay still for a picture, right?
Right,
So
right.
you'll see, and they're when the flash is on, they bright up white because they're not transparent. But these, they're all transparent. No light tails from when I took the picture or anything like that. And yeah, it was just as is. And that photo is
Wow.
my second best photo that I've captured on an investigation.
Wow, cool. Now, have you been back out there since?
No, sir, I have not been back out. So I told myself the only way I would ever go back by myself is if I planned an actual weekend away. Got all of my, um, I guess, affairs in order. I
Uh-huh.
planned it. I didn't just do it on a whim or anything like that. But yeah, I'm planning on it here in February of next year is when I'm planning on going back out there, either January or February. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, by myself, it was not fun.
Now, uh, do you choose to be a single paranormal investigator, or are you looking for members to join you?
No, yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for members to join, but as of right now, yeah, it's just me, um, doing it by myself. I mean, it's not that bad, but honestly, I with work and everything, I
Mm-hmm.
just don't have really the time to do it as much as I used to. But
Ah,
yeah, for someone to help me out, I tried to convince I tried to convince my girl to go do it with me, and she's down. But when it comes down to it, she's all that interested like
okay.
how I.
Now, what do you focus on? I mean, what is your goal as a paranormal investigator?
I'm honestly just doing it to, I guess, not only prove to other people, but prove to myself that there's something else out there, and it's not just like the whole like run of the mill like ghost spirit any or whatever you want to call it. But
Mm-hmm.
there's it's there's things out there that we can't really explain, and a lot of people are just like, well, like ghosts aren't real or whatever. Like you also have like religious types who are like atheists or
Mm-hmm.
just like aren't real, that type of stuff. But some of the things that have happened, that have been recorded throughout history haven't been able to be explained, and I'm just a drop in the bucket compared to, I guess, all of the other people who have attempted. Like with you have some of the big timers who like created a show out of it, like Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans and stuff. Like he's doing it because he wants to prove that there's stuff out there, but also just interact with them and see what it's like. And that's all I'm trying to do.
Right, right. Now, do uh, I'm glad you brought that up. How do you feel about Hollywood paranormal investigating?
It's a little iffy. It really, really is, because if I think about it, it's just, I mean, you always watch these shows and they always have something that happens. Every single episode, something happens. But if you're a real paranormal investigator, you know that sometimes some stuff happens, sometimes nothing happens. But then again, I
Right.
think about like, well, they probably would have cut that out because it's not going to make it like it's not going to make a good episode. It's not going to make a good show or
Ex-
whatever. So
Exactly.
I'm a little iffy on it. I'm not saying they're all fake or anything like that.
Hmm.
Personally, I think a lot of it is real. It's just sometimes to get views, you gotta do a little stuff that's not 100% honest.
Right, right, right. I totally agree with you on that, dude. I mean, I know for a fact that some of these production teams be out for weeks at a time, and they have to keep those ratings up, no matter what major network you're on. Disney Plus, Sci-Fi, it's all at that point. It basically becomes a money thing. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely got to keep those ratings up. What's up, Tom Bailey? Tom Bailey from Aqua Shop Paranormal, which is not too far from you, actually. He's out in West Texas in Odessa. He says hello. What's going on?
How's it going, man?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, cool guy. He's he's like you. He's trying to get his team together. Right now, he's a single individual. So hey, one thing I do know, I got a lot of respect for you guys that go out and do this. And big shout out for all the ladies out there that do the same thing and do it. By themselves also. I know a couple of them that do that.
Yeah.
And they are totally they are totally into it, man. Hey, Miss Jamie West from East Texas, she does it all the time, man. The only problem is she carries a 6-shooter on her hip. I mean, I don't know too many people that carry 6-shooters. I know people that carry Glocks and 9s and all that, but dude, she's got an old school 6-shooter. Pop, 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 pop. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna do any good when she's shooting a ghost, but hey. But who knows, man? I mean, you gotta protect yourself at all costs, no matter what. No matter what. Hey, let's talk about your family for a minute.
Okay.
Your grandmother, is she still around?
Yeah. Okay. So I have two sets of grandparents. I have one on my mom's side, and a little
Okay.
fun fact, raised by lesbians. I don't know my father. On my other mom's side, I had sets of grandparents there too. So, but right now, this house that I'm in is my birth mother's parents, and they're both still around. And then you have my stepmom's, my grandma. Her name is Yoli. She had passed away in August of last year, and so
Okay.
September 7th of last year. Sorry, and it was yeah. She's not around anymore, but I mean, she's always with us.
All right. Well, sorry for your loss, but let's talk about them for a minute. What religion are your grandparents? Are they Catholic,
Very Catholic.
Christian?
Very.
Okay.
So it's actually kind of a crazy story. So my grandparents on both sides are Catholics, but
Mm-hmm.
right on my birth mother's side of the family, we have I have an uncle who's Mormon, and then myself, I'm Christian, and so they don't really like that very much. But yeah, they're Catholics.
Okay. So how do they feel when you dabble into the paranormal?
They aren't as I guess upset as I thought they'd be when I told them I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
More along the lines of, you have to be careful. There's things out there, like how I just explained a little while ago, that there's things out there that we can't explain, and just always have God on your side, and you'll be okay. But yeah, they weren't as they also didn't really take it that seriously either, but you know they were still
Ah.
supportive.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I do not, and actually I am unable to. Daryl.
Okay. Well, let's say for an example that you've had kids. Would you want your kids to follow you in your footsteps, or being a paranormal investigator?
I don't think I would go out of my way, but yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I mean,
You
hey,
wouldn't
my
mind?
my children can do whatever they want to do. They have my
Okay.
support 100%, and it's not like it's the things I've seen, the things I've done while out there on my own is it's kind of crazy, but honestly, it's a bit of a rush, and it's more along the lines of like you feel like, wow, like me myself, it's just me doing
Mm-hmm.
this, getting evidence, communicating with something that's not physically here. It's actually pretty crazy. So yeah, I mean, if my future children want to do it, I'll support them 100%. I'll share stories, talk about like the stuff I've done, equipment, whatever. But yeah, but like I said, I also won't really go out of my way, because if they
To
want to do something else, then of course I'll just move on from that.
Okay, cool. Now you just when you came on the podcast, you talked about this cemetery. What is your main focus area when you investigate? I mean, because different people does different things. No one paranormal investigator is the same. What is your main focus field wise? Houses, cemeteries, or are you leaning towards more of the urban thing? Because I know there's a lot of urban people over there. All they do is just go into abandoned buildings and stuff like that. What is your main focus?
My main focus is actually a bit of I call it like this. I call it the Swiss Army knife of paranormal investigating. I will go anywhere. I will go into churches, cemeteries, abandoned buildings, private homes, private properties. I'll go into the smallest little basement that you got. I'll go into a hotel that's still operating. I kind of go everywhere. I'm kind of right now, I'm trying to find my leniency, but I will say I do favor more towards like both haunted homes, like residencies,
Mm-hmm.
and actually haunted businesses are really like hotels mainly. That right there, there's a dime a dozen that you can find there. But yeah,
Okay, cool. You know, and I do know. One thing I know about New Mexico, man. Like you say, it's a lot of history out there.
yeah,
Uh, how does the Native Americans? Have you been on any of their property to investigate? And if
once
you have, how do they react towards you?
I was only ever on a reservation one time, and honestly, it was actually by accident. So if you go to Espanola, there's the old Los Alamos Highway. People still take it; it's still in operation. But there's a reservation pretty much the entire way from leaving Espanola till you get to the off ramp to go to Los Alamos, and there's a reservation out there. Now, I didn't know how far it extended, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a case up there, and there was a I guess I thought it was abandoned. I really did. I thought it was abandoned. There was, I guess, a little home, little house that was
Mm-hmm.
there, and there was a family in there. And the dad comes out and he's like, "What are you doing on my property?" I was a little further away from where he was at, but I was just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know this was an occupancy. I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm just out here, just doing my thing, trying to find some stuff." And he was just like, "All right, well, you have to leave. This is actually my property, and if not, I have to call the police." And there was a whole thing, a whole matter. But he wasn't necessarily aggressive with me. He was just like, "Hey, man, you got to leave."
Right.
But he did tell me while I was leaving because I was packing up my car, and I was very respectful. Like, this is your property. I understand completely. And he was just like, "Yeah, I mean, if you can, I guess you have to get permission to go out on the reservations." But he's like, "Yeah, if you ever get permission to come out here, there's actually a couple of caves down over here by, I guess, behind this man's house. We're like a quarter mile away." But he was like, "Yeah, there's some stuff back there that I think that I don't even let my children, my dogs, any of my animals or anything go over there." So I was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds pretty good." But he had a necklace. I asked him about it. It was, I guess, a protection necklace. I've never heard of it, and it
Mm-hmm.
looked completely different than what I would have ever. I guess if I would have heard protective necklace, I wouldn't have ever thought of that. But yeah, he had it around. He was like, it was passed down from my great great grandfather. I think it was either two greats or three. But yeah, it was
Ah.
it was yeah.
Now, have you tried to, or have you even called anybody to get access to the reservation? And
Yes, I wouldn't know who to call, so I was just trying to find out. So I had called the Pueblo Police Department, and they didn't really have anything for me. And so I tried to look out on if there was any websites for the Pueblo that was out there. There
mm-hmm.
wasn't really anything. It did, but I did find out that there was like I think it's like 5 or 6 members, of the little council they have out there. I tried to get a meeting set up, but they were like, "You know what? No, we don't want to talk to you. Just don't come out here. Don't do your thing because we're not going to permit that for you. Sorry, but we don't want that out here."
Wow. It seems like the Native Americans, no matter where you at, no matter where you go, you probably will get the same result and the same answers. Because for some reason their history is want to be kept. just between the tribe or just between the members, or just between the families that know of what's going on. So, I mean, I kind of, see why they would do that, and those that luckily, like you say, they are lucky to get on reservations, they're really lucky because they really don't allow anybody on their property, unless you really know somebody,
Yeah.
unless you know the tribal member or something. Uh, okay, now, are you into ufology?
I don't think I know what that is.
The actually it's the research for UFOs and stuff like that.
Ah. Uh, I would have to say, yeah, I actually do believe in like extraterrestrial life, and I support anyone who wants to, uh, I guess, explore that. But sorry, um, but me personally, I don't think I would go out of my way for it.
Okay. Because the reason I'm asking is you're not too far away from Dulce, and you're not too far away from Los Alamos.
Yeah,
Uh, two hotspots for UFOs. For Los Alamos, everybody know that's where they built the first atom bomb at.
yeah,
Now, if they're still doing it out there, I really don't know what they're doing. Only thing I know, they're just taking my tax dollars and doing whatever. And Dulce, dude, there's so many things that's going on out there, and I know it's on an Indian reservation also, and that's
yeah.
what I think. So it's kind of weird how the government would get access to something nobody else can. You know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of things going on out in Dulce, from skinwalkers to UFOs and all that stuff. Uh, I was just wondering, have you ever decided or ever thought about just going out there and looking around?
I've thought about it, not a whole lot. I'll be honest with you. I haven't thought about it a whole lot, but I mean, I guess I would if there was a case of like if it came out through the grapevine, because I have a couple buddies that live out in Los Alamos, and they're into that. And if they ever told me that something crazy happened or they captured something or anything like that, then yeah, I'd go out there. But I would actually have to say that my main focus would have to be towards the paranormal in terms of spirits and such alike, but not really extraterrestrials. Although I do believe in them, it's not really my main focus.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about, have you your most recent home investigation, if you done one recently.
Wow, that was actually it was months ago. I want to say a little after March, because I just turned 24, and I had decided to go. I was hanging out with a friend, a buddy of mine. He wanted me to go over, have a couple drinks for my birthday, yada yada yada, and he was like, "Hey man, like, do you sense anything here?" And I was like, "Not really, although I will say it's kind of hard to breathe in here." And it's open concept, so I figured, maybe he was just doing a little stuff on the side, like maybe. But yeah, I mean, he was like, "Well, if you ever want to, come over here and try to find something, then we can do that." And I had my stuff with me, so I was like, "Hey man, let's just do it right now." And after we turned off all the lights, and he actually realized that it was serious what I was doing, he didn't really like it very much in terms of. I guess he had to stay there by himself after I left, and he wasn't very
Oh yeah,
happy
yeah.
because we actually caught. I have a REM pod, and it was going off like crazy.
Oh
Um,
really?
yeah, it was, and I thought it was broken. I thought it broke, and no, I took it outside, tested it in my car, and it was completely fine. And then every single time I would put it back inside, turned it on, the temperature would change, and then it would just constantly beep, like it would just constantly beep, and the lights would flash and stuff like that. But yeah, it was going off pretty bad, and even just that little bit right there, because realistically, to a seasoned paranormal investigator, that's kind of like, okay, that's like the first thing that you notice. Okay, cool. There's something here. What else? What other equipment can I use in terms of
Mm-hmm.
communication? All that, and he was like, "Okay, no, we're done. I can't do that." But yeah, he was he wasn't very happy. But
Oh,
honestly,
well, he invited you. I
yeah,
mean, golly, I mean, what the hell?
that's what I told him. I was like, "Hey, man, you're the one who wanted to do it. It was your idea. Like, I didn't come out of my way and say, hey, let's just do this at your house real quick." And he was like, "All right, man. Well, I think you better go. I'm gonna go to bed. I got work in the morning."
Hey, you would think he would want you to stay. You know what I'm saying? He
Oh
wants you to do the opposite.
no, yeah. So he was like, "Hey, man, are you do you mind if if you can stay here or anything, or can I go stay over there at your house?" And I'm just like, "No,
Yes.
like I got work in the morning as well, man. I gotta go catch some sleep." He was like, "All right, man, you go home. I'll stay here." And I'm like, and he's like, "Dude, but if I call you, you better answer the phone." And I'm just like, all right. When he,
Hey, have anything attached itself to you?
honestly, no. I was actually very surprised. So after the Dawson Cemetery story, um, that one, I thought something did or had attached themselves to me, but no, not really. I mean, I at least that I could have noticed, but I haven't felt anything, a presence with me, anything like that. It's kind of just been. Honestly, I will say this: the whole car ride home, it felt like something was like sitting in my car behind me, and that felt a little unnerving. Literally, the entire ride home.
Oh, I
Um,
bet. Looking, I bet. Ooh-wee. All right. Looking through the back seat, just looking back there, looking through the window, just trying to figure out why am I feeling this way. Yeah, I've been down that road before, man, and it's a very uneasy feeling that that you feel when you're doing that. I mean, I really don't like feeling nervous when I'm driving.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, do you have any animals? Do you have a dog?
We do have a dog. Yes, actually over here outside. But yeah, I have a dog. I haven't taken her with me. She's fairly new. We got her in February this year, and I don't know. I just don't want her to be around that if she is sensitive because she's kind of timid. But yeah,
Okay, cool. I always urge, if you got a dog that's very, that's very outgoing and, and very, a little, and that's very, dogs are hard, dogs are really hard to figure out. But if you got a dog that's bold and just as curious as you are and just as open as you are, hey, man, I will put a camera on that dog, strap it to him, and say, "Let's go." You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I was in the process of doing a cat cam, but I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, man. Cats are a little bit different from dogs. Dogs will come back when you blow that whistle. Cats ain't gonna come back when you blow that whistle. They'll keep going, man. So therefore, you're gonna lose your camera and everything else. But one thing about animals, they are very sensitive to sight and sound.
yeah,
They will, and trust me, if something gets their attention, they're gonna focus on it. They're gonna fixate on it, and they're not gonna let it go until bark. They're gonna bark until you come and you see for yourself on what's going on. And most of the time, you're not gonna be able to see because they have that sense, that special eye where they're able to see things that we can't. So hey, man, if you ever get a dog, man, please strap that GoPro up on him and just take him with you because they are very amazing animals.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
might want to get it on. That'll really. I haven't thought about that, but yeah, I think that would be a cool thing to do with my dog. She's very, but like I said, very timid. So maybe not now, but maybe in the future, or if I get like another dog or a different.
Oh
I,
yeah, you be surprised on how they are. Uh, let me see that. Let me see that camera you got again. Is that
Okay.
your main camera that you have?
Yeah.
Hey, it looked like it cost you quite a bit.
Hold on, brother. Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
We're talking?
All right, guys.
Sorry, the problems of place where there's multiple people in the house.
Oh, that's fine. Hey, the more the merrier. They can join the podcast too. Tell them I said hello, all the way from Central Texas.
You want to say hi?
Hello, how you doing?
Pretty good, and you?
Ah, man, I'm okay. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Enjoying the day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So, how about yourself?
lots of yard work.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, let me see that camera again, if you don't mind. Cause I
Yeah.
got a little something. I got a little something for you that might change your mind on that camera.
This right here.
Okay. That's a Nikon. What? What's the number? 600, 700 on that?
This is the. It's been a long time. 16.1.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, the box. I got this a long. Uh, P530.
Okay. 530.
Yeah.
Now, what is that running you
In terms of
of dollar signs?
this was actually a gift.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a gift from my best friend. Um, Although I did find the receipt a couple months later. It was around like 7.
Whoa. Whoa, that's good. And tell me a little bit about it. All the features on it.
So this one, I mean, it's a pretty much it's just a standard camera. I would say it doesn't have the dual screen.
Mm-hmm.
Do it out because that's the one I want. But but it has this. The flash is actually brand new. It was broken. She had got it in after the time that she had it. He had broke the flash, so I had to fix that portion of it. But yeah, the flash is pretty good. You can switch it from big screen and look through over here because actually, if you look through here, mainly you'll actually catch a lot more stuff with the naked eye rather than wasting a whole bunch of space on your SD card.
Right.
So that there's also a night vision mode that this has. I've only used it one time. It's kind of iffy, but it does the job. And
Now, is that video and video record
yeah,
also?
yeah. So it's
Okay.
video. It's normal normal photography.
Okay. How quick is the snap button on there? Can you once you hit that button, it takes multiple pictures at one time, or do you constantly gotta steep, 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 steep?
Yeah, I have to take the this is a 2011 12, so it doesn't have
Okay.
that a lot of photos at once. But I mean, eventually, yeah, it's a whole lot. Or take it first to pick.
Okay. Uh, the reason have you been on my Facebook page?
Yeah.
What do you think about those cameras that I've been telling people about? What do you think about those?
So I mean, I saw one of them that I really liked. I checked out the price for it, and it's not really in the price range for me. But oh god, do I want it? I think I have a screenshot somewhere here on my phone. Like, but I saw one, and I really, really want it.
N- Now the one black pair that I've got, uh, it came from China, and dude, those things are totally remarkable. I mean, they're awesome. I mean, they work so good. I actually had a friend of mine from out of New Jersey when I was doing a podcast with him. He was
Yeah.
like, "Man, I already put my order in." I was like, "Damn, you put your order in before I even had a chance to tell you? What the hell, man?" So, but yeah, he called me up last week and told me he got his in, and man, they are totally awesome. They work. I mean, it. The good thing about it, they're able to free up your hands, so you're able to do so much more when you're investigating, and that's what I really like. The downside is about actually wearing them is you can't do all of this. You actually you got to think for a minute that what you got on your head is a camera. So instead of
Yeah.
looking with your eyes, you actually got to look down with your head. And that's the only. And then once you get used to that, everything will be all right. Like I say, I've got maybe 5 cameras.
Yeah.
And I don't even use my cameras anymore. I mean, I completely threw them to the side because I like these glasses so much, and you're able to do 10 times more with them than with your glasses. I mean,
Yeah.
than with your camera. I mean, I'm like, okay, dude. I mean, I'm actually getting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So, and another thing I like them is that uh, it really don't weighs me down. I mean, how long can you hold a camera before your hands get tired?
Mine is
You get
of straight up just here. Then afterwards, I'm just like, I took off this strap because it gets hot. So I was just like, okay, I could like, yeah. After a while, like,
Yeah, and and if you want to take a picture, all you do is click, 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 and it takes pictures. Then it just rolls back into camera mode. You just start videoing again, and that is so cool. And the good thing about it is, if people have not seen those before, you can walk around and nobody would even know you have them on or what because most people think, especially those black ones, people think they're just average sunglasses like baseball coaches wear. The one that they put up on their head, they want to look all stylish and professional with. Basically that's what they are. But hey, dude, I really think those things are the future. What I mean? And what's so crazy about it? Nobody's paying me anything to promote them.
yeah,
If I see a good idea, I think that would help out in the paranormal world or the paranormal investigators. I'm not gonna hold that just to me. I'm gonna share it with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I just start sharing it out with the world, and people was like, "Oh, you kidding me, right? That's a camera right there. I mean, oh man, I gotta get me a pair." I'm like, dude, feel free, man. But when you do, call me back, tell me what you think, send me a video, tell me what you think about them, and shit, and the rest. And and from what I've done, just do the same. Just put them on out there. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully the world will catch on. And next thing you know, everybody would have those. I mean, I would feel sorry for the actual camera guy because I think they'll start losing money. But see, but the good thing about cameras is you can always use them for something else. You know what I'm saying? Always. Uh, the one downside is you can't set them up for stationary, so you got to use cameras for stationary cameras. Because one thing, if you're a single paranormal investigator such as yourself, you can't be everywhere at one time. So you have to do a stationary, just to see what's going on when you're out, and let's say in a warehouse or a big church, abandoned church or something. So you got to have that camera to be stationary to actually see all that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So yeah, I mean, dude, I think those cameras are going to be the feature here pretty soon. You know, I've also got the headband. I don't know if you ever are you a big video game guy?
Not.
So you never played Call of Duty or
I mean,
Modern Warfare?
I mean, I've done it, but no, it's not really my.
Yeah, I kind of faded out back in the early 2000s. But anyway, I even got those headband cameras. It has the light here. I think they basically like military style. They got the camera here, the lights there. You can switch the lights to different things. Hit the camera one time one time photo and twice video. So if you just tap in, just go, man. I mean, just walk around. And I think those things are pretty cool. I bet you the government is wondering how I got my hands on them. But, man, you go to eBay, they're there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, Huh?
I said, well, you can get anything.
Yeah, you can get anything. You'd be surprised what you can get. I'm also, I'm one of those guys that I want to be able to change on how we investigate as paranormal investigators. Most people today use the basic REM pod, K2 meter, ghost balls, and I'm pretty sure you got some of those little bitty ghost balls.
Actually, all you said there is what I got.
See. Now, you're 24 years old?
Sure.
Okay. It's probably a little bit before your time. You probably, your mom or your dad probably played this game, but you remember the Simon Says game? Okay, where, you press a button, then the computer automatically goes back, and it just keeps going on and on and on until you get tired. Well, you know what? I've invented something a little bit similar to that, but I kind of want the whatever I'm trying to communicate to do the same thing. So I've actually invented this. Now, this thing here is motion lights, and if you tap it, each light will go off. You wait a couple seconds, then you ask the entity or the ghost that you with, can they do the same thing? Of course, they can light the same thing, and that's where you get, it's pretty much like a REM pod. Maybe I really don't call it that, but if you can get communication with this thing, or just if you can tap the green, then you say, hey, are you a man or a boy? Can you tap the same color? Taps it, bam, bam, and so on and so on. I got green, I got purple, white, and red. So there's different ways that we can actually communicate with people, on this thing. And I've yet to think of a name of it, but it's pretty cool. I also have one. Have you ever been into a house? Okay, let's use your friend's house for an example. Okay, you're sitting there, and you're just wondering, man, is anybody with me? Is anybody in this room? Have you ever asked those questions?
Yeah.
Then you're like, you feel something come into the room. You're like, oh shit, something just came into the room. But you don't know if something's really came into the room because nothing has indicated to you that something's came into the room. Okay, or came into that door. Now, I have something here. It's called the door stop. It's about as wide as the door, and you just put it down in between the doors, and it has a motion. I say it's about 50 centimeters long, so it's pretty long. Yeah. And if you get a detect, if something comes through that door, and the good thing about this, it's real hard to activate. You can beat it with your hands, and it won't come on. But if something walked past it and activated, it will come on. That's how you know it works. Because I used this actually in an investigation about 3 weeks Oh no, yeah, a couple of weeks ago at the OP Powerhouse in Mineola, Texas. Very haunted house. The gazebo area has known to have over, oh man, 2,600 unmarked graves on that, mass graves. And they stuck me right there in the gazebo, right there on top of everything. And and so I was able to use that when people come through the gazebo, when entities come through the gazebo. I put one there, one there, and I stood right there in the middle. And and those things actually worked. So I'm the type of guy that likes to change things up. Not use the same traditional paranormal equipment.
Yeah.
To me, I think people eventually will get bored with it. And besides, and I think if the entity or the spirit that you're communicating with, and if multiple paranormal investigators have been there hundreds of times, you're pretty much going to get tired of seeing that. They want to see something different. So that's why I was able to, to come up with these things, and go out in the field and test them. For the simple fact is, let's try something different. Let's try something fresh, something hip, and something that not too many paranormal investigators have.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's
You
actually
know what I'm saying?
like it's actually now not diagnosed, but can do stuff like that. I've always been interested. I have had a couple ideas myself, and we can talk about it later. But yeah, I mean, I don't have that kind of background, but it's actually very interesting and cool to know that someone out there that I know.
Oh yeah. You know what, dude? To be honest with you, man, if you guys have is there a Five Below in your town?
Yes.
Okay, that's the biggest paranormal store ever. I'm serious, dude. There's so much paranormal equipment in there, man, and people just don't realize it. Dude, you can go in there and get motion lights. You can get all different types of things that can work paranormal wise, but people are just stuck into the same routine, the same devices. They're stuck in their ways of just where they want to communicate with somebody. If you were a spirit, and like I said a few minutes ago, if you was a spirit, man, I'll get bored with you because I'm seeing the same shit over and over and over again. And I'm like, no, wait a minute, dude, I'm not gonna deal with you, man. I'm about to go have a beer, go hang out with all the other homies on top of the hill. I'm not gonna. If you ain't coming with me something I ain't never seen before, I'm not gonna deal with you. But you also got to remember that these spirits depends on the location that you're at. Man, it could be 60, 70, 80, 100 years old. And when they died, they didn't have the technology that we have now. You know what I'm saying? So when they see something new and something exciting, they're gonna want to go hang out with you, touch it, feel it, see what's going on with it, even like the colors on it. You know what I'm saying? So people just gotta be able to open their mind, open their eyes, and open their ears on certain things. And dude, the sky's the limit. Uh-oh, lost him again. You got the heater on? Well, I ain't burning up. Oh, still there?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Nah. No. Actually, you know what? If you want to take a quick break, that'd be great. I don't mind. Hey, I can put you on hold for a couple of minutes, and you're more than welcome. In the meantime, I can talk to the audience, and tell them a little bit about what's going on, and I'll see you when you're ready. Just do what you just did, and I'll zoom you right back in, brother.
All right, brother.
All right. All right, guys. Hey, that is Zodiac Paranormal Sketchy Ray. He had to go use the bathroom for a minute. So, hey, in the meantime, if you guys got any questions or anything, please feel free to come on the show, ask me, and I will try to answer your questions as best as I can. Sketchy Ray, if you got any questions for him, feel free, to come on and do the same. He's out of New Mexico, Santa Fe, New Mexico. He's an up-and-coming paranormal investigator. Just feel free, guys, to come on the show and just ask away. No problem at all. Right now, we are broadcasting on 4 social media outlets, IG, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, guys, hey, let's get those numbers up, man. I'm at 524. Hey, by December 1st, is there any way I can get up to 600? Hey, I love the followers I got now, but I know there's more out there. You know what I'm saying? So I do not, hey, the more followers, the better. So let's get these numbers up, man. I got over 1,200 on IG. Hey, we can get the same numbers on Facebook. That'll be great. You know what I'm saying? So if we can do that, I would really appreciate it. You help me out, I will help you out. In the meantime, it is hot in here, so I am gonna head on over here and cut off this thing over here. Don't ever say this thing don't work, because it does. And you got it on 80 degrees. Woo. You know what I'm saying? So it is hot. I'm back. Hey, you know what? Shout out to all the supporters out there. Hey, I would love to get these numbers up as far as people coming on the show. If you got any comments, feel free to come check me out or ask. I am here. You know what I'm saying? I understand people got things to do, and all that good stuff, but I am here for you guys. What? But it's hot. So, Tom, you still there now? Or you didn't jumped off? I think he didn't jumped off. But Zodiac Paranormal will be right back. He had to go use the bathroom. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, hey, so it happens to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? So in the meantime, go on my Facebook, go on my Twitch, go on my IG, go all on my social media outlets, and hey, let's go ahead and hit those numbers, man. It's free. It don't take much, and it's real easy to do. So if you help a brother out, I would definitely help you out. You know what I'm saying? What do I need help with, Anthony? Nah, I don't need any help. I mean, I don't know what you think I need help with. Nah, he just had to go use the bathroom, man. You know how using the bathroom is. Hey, everybody's don't have Pampers like you. You put on those Depends, and you can just do it in your seat, man. You good to go. Hey, I see Alabama getting their head kicked in. 24/7, dang, it's only in third quarter. But you know what? I hope they lose. I hope they lose. I hope they all lose. Uh-oh. So, yeah.
I'll be right there, y'all.
Okay. No, you're not a baby. Hell, you older than me. How in the hell are you a baby? How things going for you on your podcast, dude? Things going good for you? So, okay, man. I wish you nothing but success on your podcast. So, just when you get big time, just think about the little people like myself. Just think about the little people. You know, yeah. Uh, I think we have an investigation coming up in a couple of weeks. We are invited to go down to. I'm really setting this up to go down and visit South Texas because I've never been down there before. I'm thinking around January. If it's not cold, go down there and do an investigation with Mr. Suarez and his team. Hopefully, go hit up the Lexington. Now I know what you guys are thinking. The Lexington, there's too many. It's been too many people down there. But you know what? I am such a big history buff. I've never been on a aircraft carrier before, and the best way to get on one is to actually get on that one. I'm not for sure what it is or how much it's going to cost, but I'm definitely planning on going down there in January or February, whenever we can, set things up and go hang out. Also, I would like to go hang out with a couple other team members down there, paranormal teams that are down there that I've been talking to. Like Jerry Suarez, just a few. So Anthony, if you up for another road trip, man, we can definitely set something up for going down there in January or February.
I mean, hey, might as well.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, I think that'd be a cool, dude. I've never been on a Lexington before. I think that would be one cool investigation to investigate that whole ship. That has, man, so much history, so much depth on it, where I think I have to go down there. You know. But if you guys want to put something together, maybe we can get the Reaper down here, or we can get Kukuri to head down there. We can all do it up, and hook up with all those guys down there, and just have one big shindig. Just plan the whole weekend. Hanging out and just having fun. I'm not saying to investigate the whole weekend down there, but go down there, just have some fun and and getting to know people. So if that's something that you guys might be interested in, just let me know. So it's all about meeting new people. Para unity, that's what it's all about. We did it in Mineola. Who says we can't do it down in South Texas? And you know what? I don't know how long a drive that would be for you, Anthony, but I don't think it'd be 6 hours like last time. But you never know. All right, dude. You were back.
Yes, sir.
How was it? Was it all right? Yeah, I mean, you didn't want to share nothing, you know. Hey, but I get the hint. Now you don't want to share your lunch with me.
Yeah.
All right, hey man, you know what, dude? We, I am, I'm really curious about New Mexico. I've been to Albuquerque. I haven't been to Santa Fe. Now, is Albuquerque? I mean, that's heavily Native American land. Lot of, there's a lot of history on the ground itself. Are there any places that are open to the public that's haunted? Like haunted park, forest, campground.
The only,
That the city.
the only thing I can think of is it's called the Cross of the Martyrs. There, it's open to the public. It's a monument that you can go visit here in Santa Fe, but they have a lot of open, a lot of also paranormal history there as well.
Okay, cool. Okay. You know what? Are you the only paranormal investigator in Santa Fe? And if you aren't, have you reached out to? What the hell? Oh, there you go. Okay. Are you the only paranormal investigator in Santa Fe? If not, have you reached out to any others?
Um, I'm not sure if but there, people do ghost tours. There's not a lot of paranormal investigators.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you up to? Let's say you meet one. Are you up to a joint investigation?
always, of course. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, when it comes to um, local here in Santa Fe alone, I'm probably one of, if not the only, uh, paranormal investigator. But then if you go to like Las Vegas, Mexico, I think there's a paranormal group out there. Albuquerque, there's probably a couple there. But here in Santa Fe, it's kind of
Kind Okay, so you kind of like royalty out there, huh? Things happen, they're gonna call you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's pretty cool. Hey, how are you with the community? Does the community embrace you for what you do, or are they pretty much more of a skeptic and say, I don't like what you do? It can either go either two ways, good or bad.
so. Yeah. Honestly, it kind of is. I want to say evened out on both sides of that, but probably leaning more towards of like this guy doesn't really not really get not really get that, but I have gotten some traction in terms of the community, but not like a whole lot. There has been some people who have reached out to me personally and is like, hey, you want to come check this out and you want to come do this? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, why not? But yeah, like as of right now, it's kind of up there. I think your audio cut out. I can't hear you.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, how are people reacting to you on your social media outlets? Some people out there can be ruthless. I mean, I've run across a lot of people who just wants to just give me grief, 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 on the things that I do, and they've yet to experience anything that I experienced, but they are the ones. I mean, they're all skeptics out there. That's
Yeah,
like, dude, I really don't care for it. If you don't care for it, why are you on my page? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Why are you this? Why are you that? You know what I'm saying? Do you get the same treatment over there on your social media?
Kind of. There was one person that I actually I don't know what was up with this person, but they were bashing me because of they were saying that I wasn't a believer in God and I wasn't a Christian. Like what I'm doing is blasphemy. Me and this person were chatting back and forth, and I just kept trying to tell them like, hey, you believe in what you believe in, just like, I respect that. Just respecting what I believe. And they weren't, so I kept on there.
You
But
know, the thing that kills me is about skeptics. I mean, I love them to death because without a skeptic, the world would be shit. Everybody would agree on everything, and everybody would say, yeah, 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 yeah. So a skeptic is good,
yeah,
but the thing is, when you got somebody out there that's heavily into church, and especially Catholics. Catholics have been around. The Catholic Church has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay,
yeah,
and if you guys know anything about the Catholic Church, when people believed in, I mean, I'm just gonna throw this out and just throw it out there. When people believed in like Frankenstein or, or the vampire or vampires, they would send Van Helsing. What is Van Helsing? He's an investigator.
yeah.
Am I right? Because they send him out to investigate, and then if they find out, and once he goes and figure out what's going on, either he will report back to the church, or he will get rid of the problem. Depends on how bad the problem is. Most of the time, he would report back to the church. Now, what do you call that? It's in a paranormal investigator because they investigated in the paranormal. When there's witches and stuff like that, the Catholic Church would send people like me and you out to investigate it. So what's the difference between back then, who's then, the belief was way more than what it is today. I mean, so why are people always talking negative about us on something that's been going on for over 400 years?
My only thought was probably just for me. I mean, you have the world at your fingertips, just your phone alone. I think people are just like like those old Cosmos and those old articles that were like um uh witch found in New Jersey, not burned at the stake, question mark, something like that. And I think nowadays people are more of like in tune with what they have right in front of them. It's not right see it, hear it. Anything like that there. Like, okay, not there, doesn't exist. I probably think that people back then, like way back then, they were more in tune. Like everything, like information was kind of word of mouth, and things that were new were considered fearful. And so nowadays, it's more along the lines of like, okay, but did you fact check that, or hey, like, did that really happen, or was there a reasonable explanation for what just happened? You know what I mean?
You're right.
And yeah, like people nowadays aren't even, it's not even a thing that I've heard of when it comes to like, oh hey, this happened. Let's call these ones like the famous movie Ghostbusters. Those guys they went out and were like, hey, like this is, you hear something, they created an ad, they did all that. You hear something, go ahead and call us. But nowadays it's more along the lines of, nah, there's something else going on there. If anything, I'll reach out to like a famed group like Dosage or stuff
Yeah.
out here. It's
Yeah, you're totally right on that, dude. You are totally right. And it's crazy, man, because, you know, besides the technology that we have today, there's not much of a difference between 400 years ago than today. You know what I'm saying? But the way people think, and the way people are, it, it's a crazy world. It was a crazy world back then because, like you say, there were things out there that people couldn't explain, and they had to call somebody out. So it was definitely, just as crazy as it was back then as it is now.
Yeah.
But dude, if you had a bucket list on a place where you want to go investigate, where would it be?
Well,
Anywhere in the world.
on the start of that topic, my birthday's March 1st, and here in March of this next year, we're actually planning, and it is on my bucket list. We're going to go to Texas, the Haunted Hills House. That's where we're going.
All right. Why would you want to pick that place of all the places in the world?
Well, I mean, one, it's close for me enough to drive there, but, uh, with my limited budget. But no, I mean, I've heard a lot of stories about their articles. Now, I'm not entirely on board with how, I guess, the exposure is. I just want to see for myself what it's like. Like when it comes, and that's with any place. That's with any place. Now, it doesn't matter about the publicity that they have. Like in hotels, they promote like, oh, this place is haunted, stuff like that. I always like to fact check, and I always want to make sure that, like, okay, is that how it is really, or is it just that's how you want to get sales? That's how you want to, get it all promoted and stuff like that. But
Right.
honestly, the Hills House, I wanted to go out there myself and see what it was like. Now, obviously, if something's there, then great. But if not, then hey, then I won't recommend a place to go anywhere. You know what I mean? But it always depends, and it's not just there. It's like any place that.
Okay. Now, the people have asked me that, so I just thought I'd ask the question along to everybody else. Uh, my place, my bucket list, I would have to go to, France. I mean, I would want to check out Normandy Beach, where thousands of kids died. I mean, we're talking to kids that are younger than you, 18, 19, 20 years old. Just literally, the minute that U-boat ramp goes down, they're being shot at. The odds of you making it to the beach was very slim.
Yeah.
If not, you're going to be killed right there on that beach. Can you imagine how many bodies, people that died suddenly on that beach? And can you imagine all dude, I can imagine, man, all the apparitions that are on that beach, and just about everything. It's the reason why that beach is shut down, because they don't want people to go there and to prove everybody wrong. The biggest thing is that the French government say why that beach is shut down is because there are landmines on that beach. Dude, where they were going, it might be. I mean, I'm not sure, but I can almost guarantee there's a good portion of that beach that's not heavily landmined. If they did, they probably would have cleared it years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's another reason why they don't want people there. You know what I'm saying? But Normandy Beach would be my one, and a Nazi concentration camp would be my other one. So if you're going to go investigate, you might as well go investigate where there was a lot of death, a lot of pain, a lot of misery, and a lot of suffering.
In of overall, I mean, I mainly named the Hill House just because that's where I'm going, like, big trip next. Mine would actually be Queen Mary, but I mean they closed their doors, which sucks. Or it would actually have to be Manila, Philippines. My half of my family is from the Philippines. Some of the stories that my grandma, before she had passed, had told me, even just in her little town that they had, where she grew up, like, there's stuff out there that would have. Uh, more. So,
Hmm. Hey, you know what? I've never thought about that. Going to the Philippines. Yeah, there's a lot of deaths there too. There's a lot of death everywhere. I think this whole big world is just one big casket.
yeah.
Because you really don't know. But you can walk out on the street and just walk, and I'm pretty sure, man, somewhere on that where you walk that, you'll probably run across a bone or something where somebody has passed away. You know what I'm saying? So, but all right. Well, you know what, man? We've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. Don't even seem like it.
No, I don't.
It seems like time flies. Sketchy. This comes a part of the podcast where you would like to ask me ask me any questions. Feel free to do so.
I mean, I have a question right now. Did you? Babe,
Uh oh.
Grandma, Pop.
So,
Sorry, I heard something. Thought it was nothing, and now it's a little bit more prominent than that. You hear it on your end?
uh oh.
You see that?
Yeah, it lit up and it died. What the hell is going on over there?
I don't know. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Oh boy. That's kind of crazy.
That's for me holding it. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna leave that there. I'll get back to the question at hand. Sorry. No, I mean this is a really old. This is a really old house. They built this like 60 some odd years ago.
Oh wow. Man.
As for the questions, mine would have to be: what is the craziest um, psychological experience you had while on an investigation?
Good question. Actually, me and my team were in Austin, and we were investigating an old slave cemetery. And when we came into this investigation, we did not pay attention to the weather.
Right.
Cause and weather around here, much like any other place, will come from north to south. Cause either a cold front would come in and it would rain, then everything went from north to south. But this specific cold front, I mean not cold front, this specific weather pattern came from the south, came up from the Gulf, and we didn't even pay no attention. So we're sitting over there investigating at this cemetery, and dude, the damn electricity in the air amplified because one, it was thundering and lightning. You always know, once the lightning and the electricity in the air, it just amplifies everything up. Well, while we were like, man, well, let's get the hell out of here. I'm just sitting there walking, and my eyes just focus on this tree. And Sketchy, I'm telling you, I just kept looking back. No matter where I walked, I looked back at this tree. And I got to the point where, okay, if take a couple of pictures, bam, 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 of this tree, and I walked away. Even when I was leaving, and I'm looking back at this tree. Now, when I get home and look at the video, I'm going to send you a picture on what I saw.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. It should be in here. It's going to shock you.
Hello?
Where is it? Do I still got it in here? Okay. So I am going to have to go to here. Photos. This is gonna shock you, dude, on what we caught. I'm gonna have to find that photo. I'm gonna find that photo and I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a man behind the tree staring at me. And the whole time, I did not see him. So when I got back to the house and I looked at that video, the photos, I had, and what's so crazy about it, just to make sure that I was seeing what exactly I was looking at,
Yeah.
I blew it. I had to put it on my big screen so I can actually see the full effect. You know, not just having it on a little laptop. I had to blow this sucker up and actually see what the hell I was looking at. And actually, it was I don't know if it was a male or female, was actually looking behind the tree, dude, staring right at me. And it freaked me the hell out. And
Yeah.
I tell that story every time because I did not know. I just had that funny feeling that somebody was staring at me. I did not know who it was or what it was. I just had that feeling. And I'm going to try to find this picture and I'm going to send it to you.
I will. If my phone dies, well, because right now my phone's on 4%, but if it dies while I'm on here, really appreciate the opportunity to come on this podcast.
Hey, no problems, bro. You know what? I'm gonna send you that photo. Hey, tell the world how to get a hold of you, man. So they want to reach out to you.
Zodiac Paranormal Investigations. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. We're on. Go ahead and check us out, especially over here on our Facebook page. Go ahead and book me, especially if you're in Texas, or you could also be here in New Mexico, especially in Santa Fe. I will go ahead and respond to all emails, all messages, stuff like that. Get directly with me. Appreciate Terry having me on here. And hey, big shout out to him.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. I really do. You're my first paranormal investigator in the state of New Mexico. Hopefully it would not be the last. Hey, when you get, if you ever decide to get more team members or you continue to stay, by yourself, hey, you're always welcome back on the show. No problem at all. That's one thing, hey, all paranormal investigators, man, I show as much love to you as I can. Hey, just like all of us, we're out here trying to figure things out. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, like I said, if you ever want to get, another podcast, I'm here for you, brother.
Appreciate it.
I am here for you. In the meantime, hey, guys, y'all go say hello to Zodiac Paranormal out there in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Right now, I think he's got a haunting going on over there. I'm not quite sure because he's looking back. But hey, I'm gonna let this guy go eat dinner or go finish up on the house. Hey, Sketchy, appreciate you coming out, man, and really enjoyed talking to you. Let's do this again. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, hey, NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast signing out. Peace. Later, Sketch. All right, guys, that was Sketch Ray from Zodiac Paranormal. Hey, man, check this guy out. Go to his Facebook page. You know, go to his TikTok. Go to all to his social media. Check him out, man. He's doing big things. But hey, tonight, gotta get ready. Set up for my second podcast. I'll be zooming from New Mexico over to New York to talk to a team over there. So hey, give me about an hour or so to go get set up and get ready to talk to these guys. But in the meantime, hey, let's get those likes. Let's get those subscribes up. Let's get everything up to get these numbers up, guys. Hey, and for those that do, I really appreciate you guys, but let's keep doing what we're doing. In the meantime, NSPS TV is signing off. So, hey guys, peace.